So my first question for the whole group is, what do you currently do on a daily basis to challenge yourself and to overcome your speech difficulties?
What I do to manage my stammering, I take ashwagandha tablets on a daily basis in the morning and also at night. Whether I have a plan, I don't have any plan. I think that's why I am here. I'm so happy that I got to know about this. I don't know if it's an association or what, but that I just saw it on the net. Then I thought, let me just join this. Maybe it will help me. So I'm hoping that maybe I will get good plans, just to manage my situation.
At a minimum, go on your cell phone and download our mobile app, Stop Stutter, and at least take the free version and start working on that. You also should read at least my short book, the stuttering short course, which is only 86 pages. At least read that.
Okay.
And both of, but if you get involved in the mobile app, if you can take the mobile app, that would be great, because we worked hard on that program and it gives you things to do every day to improve your speech. And that there's just it's hard to do it in a session here, and we can't repeat a 700-page book or something, but that's where I would begin.
So before I start, I want to mention my speech plan, which is short, link, stop. So I am Anamitra, a student from India. As far as I can remember, Nick had asked two questions. The first one was the daily schedule that I have for my speech, and the second is how I challenge myself on a daily basis. So my schedule consists of, in the morning, the first thing I do is the affirmations, all the 10 affirmations, 20 times each, and then I just practice all the crutches that I use once by reading a book aloud for 10 minutes. Then at the end of the day, I do my affirmations again. Now, I read as well. My reading majorly consists of two things. One, on most days, I try to read Coach Lee's books, and on other days, as I do have a lot of school books to study from, so I just read those books. But at the end of the day, I do get about 2 hours of reading aloud daily. Now to the second question, which is what do I do to challenge myself? As I am in school, I do have a lot of new people to speak to. So every day I try to approach new people, and I try to use my speech plan and a few new crutches. Like today, I was trying extreme pronunciation with 2 new people, and I think I did succeed to a good extent. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
I joined this club to get rid of my blocks, which are holding me back. So I need everybody's support and like help, and especially from like Coach Lee. So that's why I joined this a speech club. And about my daily routine or like means plan, I did a lot of speech therapies back home in like India and over here too in like means Canada, but um, I it's it, it's okay for 1 or 2 days, then it come back again. So yeah, so I just uh, came here. So this is my first meeting.
We're happy to have you. Um, our problem with speech therapies in general is that they're created by people who never stuttered. And in our humble opinion, it's virtually impossible to understand stuttering unless you did stutter. This is the only community in the world, to our knowledge, of ex-stutterers and those fast becoming ex-stutterers.
Right.
Over 200 people that I've coached personally have stopped stuttering. Nick is one of them. And there are others, some of them are our usuals are not here today. One of them had a baby, Prathusia. She had a baby yesterday. Yay, hooray for Prathusia. Javier's doing something else. But we have, we know how to do this. And because we did stutter.
You know, we need to just keep doing daily mind training, reading aloud and using crutches, guys. At the moment you stop doing that, you know, it's like going to the gym, you skip like a month or two, your muscles fade. So you have to just keep on doing that.
If it is a crutch or if it's actually, you know, like a bad habit is, and I used to do this a lot and I've been, you know, like fighting it, but sometimes when I feel like I'm like stuck, it feels like it can help me speak like, and it does, but it could be bad. So I find that when I'm stuck, if I exhale almost to the point where I have no more breath left, it can help me speak, but then, or it can help me clear that block. But I guess my question is that a bad habit which I should avoid and I should try to stick to the crutches?
We don't coach breathing. We don't coach anything physical. Our program is mental. It's all mental. And you can always say any word you want. If one easy way to do it is, can you do this? Can you do that? And you do it any volume you want. That was your regular voice volume. You can do it softer or louder, whatever. You make that sound, or you go, can you do that? Okay. When you can do either of those sounds, you can always talk. You can always talk. You can always say any word. You know why? Because the minute you make that sound, you break the block. The block is on one word, one syllable, one letter. Your mind, when you make a noise, you end the block, provided you connect the noise to the blocked word. If you hesitate, you're blocked again.
3 weeks ago, I came across Coach Lee's session on YouTube, and I decided to join the program. And honestly, the reason I created a YouTube channel is because I am a public speaker, and in order to have control of my speech, I created the channel, but I am really excited to have complete control of my speech. So it's an honor to be on this program.
So listen, guys, some of you are new. Actually, a lot of you are new. And I didn't want to take, my time away from the new people or whatever. But to the new people, you guys are lucky. You have no idea how lucky you are. Okay? When I started the program, We didn't have the app. We didn't have all these practice sessions. We had maybe 2 sessions at that time. The support that this program has now is just unbelievable. So if you're new, if you're nervous, if you're trepidatious or whatever, just know this. If you stick to the program, you stick to a regiment, you do the things that are listed in the book and on the website, use the tools, go to the practice groups, I swear to God, you will cure yourself. Well, how long is it going to take to cure myself? I want to be stutter-free tomorrow. Sorry, it doesn't work like that. All right, you got to put in the work. How bad do you want this? How bad do you want to be fluent? Huh? Because for me, I was willing to risk my life for it. Like if someone said, hey man, if you cut off one of your fingers, I will grant you fluency. I would have bitten off my own finger. That's how bad I want it. So you have to want it that bad. Okay. So, one last thing. So it's worth the effort. Your lives will change. And to quote Louis Armstrong, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. All right, I'm done. Drop the mic.
Thank you so much, Steve. Thank you.
Steve, don't give
You're the
up your
man.
day job for singing. Don't do that. Don't give up your day job.
Dude, that sounded exactly like him. What are you talking about? That was spot on. Classic Louis Armstrong right there. Anyways.
So thank you, Steve, for your comments. And those who don't know, Steve is like a hero to me. He's the first person I met who was, of course, after Lee, who was 100% fluent. So thank you, Steve.
I knew the great words from Coach Lee that if you can, you should be talking in these sessions because it makes you a little bit less anxious in speaking with someone else. So just it is nice to see you guys there and new people, of course. So yeah, thank you.
I would like maybe any tips on being a tough speech cop or speech plan cop, more in my opinion, because for me, and I think this is somewhat a common thing as I understand it, I have talked to some other PWS and they have confirmed that. So I, for myself, often have a bit of a struggle with maintaining using my speech plan because, of course, the way you usually speak and have been speaking for, in my case, 26 years is very much ingrained. So it takes a lot to change that habit. And I guess my question relates more to holding yourself accountable as well. I mean, specifically that. Does anyone have any tips on being a tough speech cop or a speech plan cop?
Really good question. So for me, being a speech cop is knowing when to speak, knowing, what crutch to use, and just we all feel the block coming. We all feel, before we even start, speaking or whatever. So just, being focused on just saying, you know what, I will not even take part in this group, speaking scenario. Let's say I would just, stay quiet, calm down, and then throw in some comments if needed. Or when you feel a block, you just don't ever fight the block. You never go headfirst into the block, because even if you manage to get it out, you still, you look like a fool, you're embarrassed, and you got a bad incident in your mind. And that is the worst part of it all. So never fight the block. Stop yourself before going down the cliff and choose your battles. That is how I am a speech cop to myself.
To become a tough cop pertaining to keeping to the tenets of these teachings. like I do think is good, but to become too tough of a cop in terms of critiquing particular times, like that I got, caught up talking,
No,
I think
John,
creates, bad memories
John,
to a
John,
greater extent.
let me inject there. We
Please.
don't critique our mistakes.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm trying to say.
What we do is what Nick said a minute ago is spot on. By being a tough speech cop, we mean do not force a word. However you have done it in the past, you've done it with repeats, you've done it with blocks, with silences, with grimaces, with head movements, with body movements, by leaving the room, whatever you've done to force a word, and it's usually forced
Sure.
like that. We don't do that, John.
Right.
That's where we draw the line. We simply don't do it. Now, because when we do it, what happens? We feed the beast.
Yeah, exactly.
He's getting to be a monster. The more we do it, the tougher this guy gets. So we're gonna starve him.
I kind of just wanted to add to what John was saying and what Noah was saying about the sort of speech cop aspect of this whole program, and just kind of like ask a question pertaining to that. I'm finding it harder to find a balance to where I am implementing my speech plan well enough to where it feels automatic. I don't think I'm quite there yet, to the point where I kind of have to think about my speech a lot, which feels like inadvertently what I'm not supposed to be doing in a way. To where I try to think about the words I'm going to say to implement my plan. But then I feel like I'm planning my words. So I think my question is just what is the best way to make the plan and the crutches more automatic, to where it becomes less of a manual kind of process and more of an automatic kind of thing?
Practice makes perfect. Practice makes automatic, and we understand your problem. But we one of our goals here, Saji, is not to think about our speech.
Mhm.
It's to think about our message.
Gotcha.
When I say to you, whatever it is I have to say, I want to be focused on how I can say it in a more appealing and compelling and interesting way for you, the listener. So I think about my message. What am I trying to say? And how can I say it with more feeling? Now, to the extent I need a speech plan, such as short, link, stop, I need to practice each one of those elements separately until I've mastered that element. Then I put them together. They become automatic. You know the answer to your question. Practice is what makes things automatic. Everyone has done, I want to compliment the entire group, because the participation has been outstanding today by everybody, and hats off to you all. I've enjoyed it tremendously. And and I thank Nick for a fabulous job as host.